we actually have some enhanced reporting to announce that will apply to any of your lab assignments that are newly created and completed. So these features will apply to anything that you have now here forward, but will not go back to any previous assignments that you currently have in flight for your students. So you'll see on screen here, I've got a sample class report that I'm going to go through. So I'm selecting on the Virtual Labs class report. And when I do that, I'll be delivered into a screen here where I can look at what the average score is. So you'll see that the average for me is 93% for my section here. There's 34 minutes that's been spent on average for this assignment. I have 36 of my students that reset a phase. And then I can travel through and look at the rest of this data and see quickly at a glance what my assignment progress is. And for this particular assignment, I have 8 phases and 114 students that are in this particular section. In this next screen, what you can see is you can see the average time spent per phase. But then this bottom piece I really like, where you can see the minimum, the maximum, and then also the medium time graphically of how your students are spending on each of these assignments. Throughout the report, you'll notice there will be an info tab over here to the top right of your related areas. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you an idea of what to expect from the report. So as an example here, I have total resets per phase. So what this is going to show me is listed for each phase, the number of students who reset the phase at least at one time during the assignment, and the number of students who reset and then completed the phase at least one time after they submitted. So you can see where that data would be very helpful for you as a lab instructor. This particular screen I'm really excited about. So what you're going to see here is there will be some plus signs right next to the questions. And if I click those, you'll see this is going to expand. So the example I'll talk about here is which of the following describes the effective temperature on the reaction rate. And here I can see that 75% of my students in this section answered this correctly, 16% incorrectly with the second answer option, and then 9% with the last option. This is going to be really helpful for you because now you can quickly zero in on where your students might be off base with some things and really maximize a lot of the time spent in your physical lab, which is really fun. Next thing that you'll see here is you can download the data and the results to a CSV file that you can later open with Excel and do some additional manipulation if you wanted to. But then also here on screen, some of the data that I like is you can see the phase and then also the percentage of students with lab data that are within the accepted range. And you can see those percentages, which is, again, really helpful. And then down here at the bottom left, I can see listed out my students that have incorrect lab data. And what that's going to do is I can actually type their names in here up at the top right where you see student colon. And now I can actually take Addison Lewis. By the way, that's a fictional student here in my section, just a friend that actually volunteered to do this. And now I can go into her results and really help her better. So you can see she's got a score of 63%. She spent 30 minutes on this particular assignment. She got 3 out of 6 here and correct in terms of her progress. And then I can quickly zero in and look at where she might be answering incorrectly, where she's on target, and really help her. And that's the whole goal for all of our reporting, is to give you, the instructor, the best results in terms of being able to really action off of what your students are doing within their lab. I'm excited to share this with you, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to working with you here in the future with McGraw Hill's Connect Virtual Labs, where the lab is always open.